Hi guys, g'day and welcome back to the channel. Big day today. We have got a mob of about 600 out there and about, I don't know, 900 and something in here. Hopefully 15 to 1700, I'm not sure exactly, I could work it out. And they are getting their pre-lamb vaccinations. But we're going to do it in a bit of a different style. Normally we would put them in those races, 2 races at a time, go up one side and come back down the other. And it works, but it's slow. It's very painful on us, and to be fair, it's probably pretty painful on the sheep because it takes so long and they've all got to get put in the race, then pull back out, well, let back out. Sorry, my mag mount has stuck to the chain. They're quite powerful. So, let's just done it again. So, today we're going to put our sheep over a conveyor belt system, which is something we haven't done before. Yeah, instead of explaining it, you'll see when they get here, but it's pretty cool, it's pretty fast, it's easier on the sheep, it's easier on us. It costs a little bit, but all in all, I think it's win-win. No. No. Yes. all done. And there we go, guys, back to their paddock. Well, this is actually the paddock the other one's come from this morning, but there's a bit of grass left in here to eat, and the other paddock had a whole lot left to eat. And these girls are going to get spread out tomorrow. See this one here, and that one there. There's about 55, 60 of those in there. And they have not been crutched or bellied this winter. So we're going to do that tomorrow, if I can get a handpiece sorted. Got an old Heineken one there, but it's not very good. And my real old super share, so those of you who know will know that is quite old. I managed to lose the screw in the side for, and they don't make them anymore. So the guys at Farmlands are working pretty hard to try to find me a new one. The handpiece is relatively worn, it needs a bit of work, needs a few things done to it. If they can't find a screw, I'll probably just buy a new one, and that may well happen tomorrow yet. I don't know, we'll see. But I've got to have a handpiece for tomorrow. It may well just be the old Heineken one. Yeah, it'll do the job. It's just, I'll show you. But yeah, tomorrow these girls are going to get spread out. So we're going to take the singles out and those woolly ones out because they're terminal ewes. That's why they didn't get crutched. Yeah, we're going to put the terminals in one paddock because there's enough of them to work out neatly for one. Two of the twins are going to go over that way, and the singles, ironically, are going to come here, here, and the next one down. And I'm actually going to put urea in here one day next week. I don't know why. They're 4 hectare paddocks, and then it's a 3.5, but we fence about half a hectare off, possibly more, just because of the big river, or the river that snakes around with a big high bank. Sheep love dropping their lambs in a river. Yeah, so we just fence that off. So it'll be something like 60, 60, and 41 if none of the singles have died. Yeah, anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Well guys, it's the next day now. Morning checks on the earlies, and we have up there a set of twins that look young enough. Down here a set that look young enough. The next one up there born like a week ago. This ewe just going down here's just got a set of twins. And there's a single in here somewhere as well. And I suspect another set of twins somewhere. Oh yeah, further up. And there has been one ewe in here that had a single that I had to pull out, and unfortunately that lamb did not survive. It was dead when I pulled it out, but yeah, not too many. It's the only one so far. There's more over that way, so we'll go have a look. Guys, this wee guy's mum is just over the brow there, and she doesn't want him. She's already lost one. Here, fella, do you want to come home with me? What do you reckon? We get some milk into you? So even though with that ewe being in this mob, she was probably already going to get her head cut off, I've got to go because I left the gate open. Made it. Shutting gates with one hand so you can film is frustrating, to say the least. Anyway, like I was saying, those ewes there, for the most part, are gonna die anyway. They're gonna go to the works. These ones here all are, but there's a big difference between these two groups of ewes. The ones over there, they haven't been good sheep their whole life. Some of them probably have, but a lot of them have been helped along the way. Whereas these ones here have lambed as a 2-tooth, a 4-tooth, a 6-tooth, a full mouth, a 1 over full mouth, and now they're into their second year of being over a full mouth. So that will be, they've done 5 lambings. They have not been helped once. They have always reared a lamb of their own without assistance. They're good sheep. There's some sheep over here that have been given far too many chances. Now, we don't ask a huge amount of our sheep. The one thing we do ask, or demand I should say, is that they're good mums. And if they're not good mums, then they don't get to hang around. So, you hop in that box, wee fella. Okay, we haven't got far to go. We won't close it completely, just enough to... Oh, that's going to hurt you. You'll be right. Looks like he's got a little bit of watery mouth or something, so maybe it's not entirely that ewe's fault, but yesterday he was up and going good. He was born yesterday morning or the previous night, and one of his mates has died. Now if I left him, he would die, so I don't think she's a very good mum. Yeah, she's definitely going to go to the works this year, because that's just frustrating. So there's some terminals coming back in. Holding section got a bit muddy, didn't it? These girls are 80% of them are really good, but there's a few too many light ones in there. Is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it now, but that is just the season it's been, I suppose. Been plenty of feed around, but yeah, there have been some challenges. I mean, all in all, it's been a pretty good season, but yeah, these girls did face a few challenges early on back in summer, so yeah, we won't complain. So today's job, which is quiet girls, now this afternoon's job, because this morning we've had a couple of things go wrong. I don't think we have. We're taking some precautions. We're going to draft the twins, singles, and then the woolies out of these, and we're going to crutch the woolies because they missed that back in May, and then we're going to spread them all out in their paddocks for lambing, which is pretty cool. It's the start of a new farming season, basically, moving from winter activities to spring activities. Like I said earlier on, doesn't necessarily mean winter is over. I think the spring equinox is the official end of winter, but it does mean activity wise moving away from break feeding and you know, controlled rationing of feed, which is actually quite enjoyable for a fair while, but you do get sick of it in the end, to unpredictable chaos, which is good fun in itself. So the twins moving, so we're going to have 120 in this paddock, about 40 something in that one, 65 in that one, 110 in that one, and about 90 in the next one over there. But for the first week or so, just that one paddock's been grazed. The 90 from that are going to stay in here, and maybe the 50 odd from that other one. I don't know, it's got a bit of feed on it, but it's one that gets caught up on pretty quick, so yeah, definitely the 65 from the next one, sorry, not 90, 65. We'll stay in here because I'm going to put some urea on that probably on Monday. Today's Friday. Just give it a bit of a hit because it has been grazed. But yeah, all in all, girls are looking okay. We'll count them through roughly where they're supposed to be. Righto guys, that's 110 there. Steel out. Steel out. Walk up still. Walk up. Still. Still. Come on. Come on, girls, you're a bit frisky, aren't you? Come on. Still. Come on. There you go. There you go. Go on. Bodies. Stay to you. Three will be perfectly fine. Now, girls have got a wee walk up to the next gate. $20 on the dot. Come on, girls. They'll sit down. Somewhere around 92, little low. And that should, in theory, leave what? 110 and 65, I think. Doesn't matter, it is what it is. There is here what there is. So next mob are in the yards. They're going to come along 1, 2, 3 paddocks, and then I'm going to pop them straight across the road. That's the triplets. That's going to be a triplet paddock. This is that and that and that. So 1, 2, 3, 4 get in your rear. That one isn't, you'll see why shortly, but down the back side of there are another 3 paddocks. Where we got those sheep out of this morning, did I show you that? I might not have. Yeah, so the singles and the terminals are getting lamb down there. We've got 118 singles and we've got 50 terminals, but I put 10 in here, so there's only 40, and they're going 3.5 hectare paddock. They're a mix of singles and twins, the terminals, so we'll go get that done. Righto guys, neighbours are shifting some sheep up the road. They've just gone past here and they have a stock sign way out there that's up, so I'm going to take advantage of that and sneak these two across the road on their stock signs instead of putting mine up as well, because it's just wasting time. So 2 singles, see if they work it out. I'm sure they will. Straight across, still right. Still set. They're going to go up and see the triplets now. They'll go straight across. Too easy. Still set. Obedient in front of the camera. Ain't you, girl? Look at her still. Look at her still. So you might wonder why we're spreading them out into here when this paddock's really grassy, because the next mob have to come through the same way to go into the next paddock. So tonight, here we go, once I've got the next mob across, the next job, they'll be in their paddock and I will just throw this gate back open and they can please themselves for a day or two. And then I'll get urea in here and we'll make sure they're not in here, and it can have about a week, 10 days to grow, and then we'll put them back in. Nearly there, girls. One more gate. Now, see what I mean when I say the triplets have a bit of a grass problem? Yeah. There's a lot there, up to the guts and grass. But it's okay, because there's about 6 times more sheep on this paddock than there should be for set stocking. So they've been here, crikey, how long have they been here? About I can't even tell you. We only put them in here yesterday. They were across the road. Right, get with it, Ben. Anyway, so they've been in here a day. Today is the 23rd. They're going to be in here until the 1st or 2nd, hopefully. So they'll get on top of this a bit, and it'll give the other paddocks a bit of a chance to pick up, sort of balance out a wee bit. Yeah, but damn, this was grazed off at the start of winter, and yeah, I guess that's what young grass does, is it grows, and it grows about the same in the middle of summer as old grass, but it gets going earlier in the spring. It grows more in the spring per day, plus in the autumn, same thing, it stops growing later, but as the tail sort of comes in, it's growing more than the old grasses would have been anyway, and then it grows through winter. Now, not much. Like if you compare our peak spring growth, it's say, let's just say we do see a couple of days of 100 kgs of dry matter a day. Good winter growth might be averaging 10 to 15. So it's not a lot, but it's growing at a time of year where feed is very, very valuable. And if you have to buy feed in, ultimately you're looking at buying someone else's crop or grass, so sending your stock to them, or buying in baleage, which is questionable for sheep, or grain, which is bloody expensive. So yeah, you're growing extra grass at a time of year where grass is worth a fortune. So even though it's only a little bit of growth, it's got a pretty big value. So good to see. Okay guys, we're in August. August in the southern hemisphere is the end of winter. It is the 24th today. So yes, it is getting very close to spring. But today's about, I don't know, 12 degrees Celsius. The water's probably about 6, 8, 10. And these two, absolute noddies. What are you guys up to?
Making slides.
Making slides in winter.
So,
Good stuff. Sometimes I really want it. However, you've got to admit, considering the state of, how should you say this? Considering the state of a lot of stuff that happens these days, maybe the next generation aren't going to be as soft as we think. Anyway, out there we have 963 twins counted, which is roughly the number that we should have had. You would have noticed going down the race that I missed a few red dots. I didn't see them. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. We use red at scanning because it fades away. We used to use blue. The problem is we scan in July, and at the end of December, start of July, end of December, the blue's still there. That's when we shear our sheep. Blue rattle absolutely destroys the wool that it's attached to, only the bit that's attached to it. But that meant close to half our sheep had to have either one or two blue dots pulled out of the middle of their fleece, you know, the most valuable wool on the animal, 6 months later, 5 months later. So we started using red. Gotta love an old Chevy. The old man's got one sitting up there too, but it's a diesel. Yeah, so we started using red, and we've done it about 4 years now, and it hasn't been an issue. It's normally still there, you know, through lambing, even tailing maybe, most of it. And there'll still be the odd bit there at shearing, but not much. I reckon 20% of them have faded badly this year. Now, I don't know what the problem is it a different product, different batch of spray? Were the sheep a bit wetter or a bit drier when it got put on? That could have had an effect. Were they a bit cleaner? Was it the grease in the wool stopped it sticking? I don't know. But I do wonder, yeah, we spend a lot of money scanning, whether maybe we need to go back to using blue, because I know I've lost a few of those. There should be 168 singles and we've got 138, so there we go. There's 30 singles out there, but actually there's 2 hoggets in there, so there's 32 singles out there. It's not going to matter, because way up there, just under those trees, is a bank I was going to put singles on, but the fence isn't finished, and yeah, I was going to use a brake fence for a little bit of cross, and plan is to do that. Just go to there for now. Plan was to use a brake fence to separate them, and it had me sort of scared. I didn't think it was going to work very well. So what we might do is put twins on either side. Won't matter if there's a few singles in there anyway. If they get mixed up, it's not the end of the world, but now if they're the same mob, it actually just doesn't matter. We may even make it that we just don't put anything down there, and every couple of days I try shed 2 or 3 sheep with their lambs that have lambed onto the bank, and that way I don't have to worry about lambing anything on it. That actually probably is quite a good idea. Anyway guys, I'm waffling. I'm going to go and have a coffee, and then we're going to get rid of the sheep. We're going to get them to their new homes for the next three and a bit months. About 30 there. Yep, right. Righto guys, and there should be 223 because there's two over here that are a bit footsore, and that should leave the rest of them, I don't even know what. Anyway, they're all going through that gate because that 223 includes in here and that paddock over there that's a bit yellow. We're just gonna give it a bit of a spell, so yeah, that'll get some urea on it too. A bit of rain coming tonight, looks like about 15 mils. We'll see how that goes. It's not the end of the world, and the forecast next week looks, from what I've seen so far, pretty bloody good. Don't want to jinx anything because there's still 3 weeks really to go until we properly start lambing. Obviously the earlies are going now. What are we today, the 24th, so that's 7 days plus 12, 19 days, so probably 16, 17 days we'll be getting into it. But yeah, if I could get some ground ripped up next week, and then if we could have some shit weather come through, and then have planes sailing till the end of September, would be absolutely perfect. But we'll just see how that goes. We have no control over it, it's going to do what it's going to do, but we can hope. Right guys, 365 is what we need. I don't know if there's that many there or not. We'll be close. Right, that didn't quite balance out as it was supposed to. I've got 163 left in that middle sort of paddock where we're in, counting everything out. Should be 130. Should probably be 140 because there's the 30 odd extra singles in there. 38. How many? 32. 32 extra singles. Yeah, so an extra 10 that way, an extra 20. That accounts for 20 of them, so I'm only actually 10 out. Either way, I've got to work out where I want to put them, so we'll get that done the next couple of days. Singles. Hey girls, 50 please. Come on, get a move on. Is that gate open? No, it's not. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 51. Near enough. Woohoo! So these girls are going to go on that bank through there. 53. Walk. Well, they stayed behind. They're going to go on there. It's actually got quite good feed on it, so they'll be fine. We've lambed like 70 on there before. The way the numbers work out this year. Yes, I probably would have been lambing a wee few more on if I had my 32 singles out. But I wouldn't be, because like we talked about that other bank up on top. Yeah, they'll be fine. And then these girls in here are just going to get lambed in these two paddocks out here. So they're going to be looking after quite well actually. That one, keep out of that wind, and that one, which are the only two paddocks on the farm apart from the ram paddock straight through there, that haven't been ploughed yet. I'm probably going to do that one this year. Undecided. It's really rocky, like really rocky, and that rock is connected to the centre of the earth. There's not a crack in between. When something hits it, it just stops it dead in its tracks. But I think it's time we did it. So just a wee thing on that. We can't do both at once because all the access to the yards from that side of the road is through those two gates, one from that paddock, one from that paddock. So if we did both at the same time, there's a reason we haven't done either one, because doing either one's a pain in the ass. But they've got to be done at some point, so they want to be done at some point. So we're going to do that one this year, I think. Part of that is because our central government and regional governance structures cannot pull their heads out of their asses. I've got to be careful saying that actually. Central government currently are doing a pretty good job at undoing a whole lot of piss poor regulation that was put in place, but it takes a lot of time, and now the regional council are, I don't want to say they're being dicks, I think they're being slack. They're either being slack or they're being dicks. Either way, I cannot cultivate or plant crops or graze crops beyond 20 degrees slope as it stands right now, because I refuse to get their consent. I looked into it the other day. There's a whole lot of stuff there that just should not be there. So I decided, bugger it, goes against every moral fibre of my being. Extending our round improves soil structure, reduces weed burden, reduces disease in the crops. Everything's a bonus. We're going to have to go against that though, but it's okay, it will work. It just can't keep working forever. We need to be able to do what we need to do, and I think as sheep farmers we need to be able to do that without consent. That's enough on that. Let's spread some more sheep out. There we go. This girl's had enough. She wants to sit down for a bit. That's fine, but they have got about 12 hectares on this bank. There's only 50 of them, so yeah, there's a lot of water going down there. And we'll get a quick count. 138 minus 51, so it should be, oh bugger it, I'll just count them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, come on, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20, 22, 24, 26, 4, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 53, 54, 6, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 74, 76, 77, come on girls, 78, 80, 82, 84, 86, 87, what's wrong with you? Often when they're on Swedes they get like wee mud balls in their feet, and when they're on Swedes it's not really a concern, and when they come off they sort of dry up, and as they dry up they hurt a little bit, but they get them out. She obviously hasn't, but I'd suggest in the next day or two it'll be gone and she'll be fine, because we don't really have much of a lameness problem. But anyway, they're all going to go out there for now because that paddock is decked out to nothing. Those paddocks are both 4 hectares. 4 hectares with singles could comfortably handle 60, but there's 80 odd. I can't even remember what I counted then. 80 odd there. So we will just go 40 and 40. We might go 60 and 20, and the rams might run across into this one. We'll just see how we go. It actually doesn't matter. Yeah, well, that's it, stocking about done guys, apart from a few bits of fine tuning around the place. We will call it there I think. So yeah, catch you later.